how the old Cummins is gonna pull on 38s. Got my 28-foot trailer behind me. Loaded down with the side-by-sides to go see a subscriber. So far it seems like it's not gonna be an issue. Well, about an hour on the highway, I guess. 8-inch lift, 38-inch tires, 15.5 inches wide. Got my water methanol injection coming on at about 10 psi boost. And the block max is set to mild. This truck has been re-geared to 410s. Does really good. Really happy with it. About 9,000 pounds behind me, so not earth-shattering for a 1-ton. All right, boys and girls, do a quick review. Scott, one of my subscribers, was so nice to let me come into his garage and take a look at his Seizmik upper doors and his General XP 2020. So we're going to take a look at those. These are those now. He likes them. There's a few things he doesn't like about them. One is this door holder continually comes loose. He thinks he's just gonna change the bolt around a little bit so it doesn't do that. The insulation on these comes in on the roll cage itself versus on the doors, like my spike upper doors. So this is what I got going on. The insulation's on the top of these. They zipper out the same, like this. It has a zipper inside and outside as well. This frame on the Seizmiks are all square tube. As you can see here, has the same corners, go around the roll cage. Doors shut good. He was pointing out, you know, there's some gap up here, kind of hard to see. The other thing that's a little bit different is there's actually Velcro that sticks to the door. He's not completely crazy about that, but it does. It's kind of nice because it'll keep the cold out, where mine, on my spikes, don't have anything like that. They slide on, and that's just as far as they go down. So there's nothing saying that the wind's not just gonna blow right through. You know, and I have these little gaps here. This is the corner piece. Spikes shut good, they shut tight. I've adjusted the living daylights out of these things to make them work better. There's no real gaps up here at all. This part here fits good. But they do have, when they're warm, they pull down a little bit more. But when they're cold, they definitely have their issues. As you can see. The other little difference is mine has these thumb screws with a nut zert that actually gets drilled into the door itself to hold it down. The Seizmiks don't have that. But I don't see any reason why they would come off. Now they fit tight nonetheless. These have, the spikes have just one strap, so when you want to zip the window down, you can just roll it up and clip it into there. The Seizmiks actually have 2 Velcro pieces, so when you zip them down, this thing's kind of in the way. So when you zip them down anyway, they fold over like this. One there, one there. You got your handle that hooks to this steel bar. I actually like this square bar a little bit better. It's kind of beefy. I think actually a little bit beefier than the spikes. And then it's just got this bar here, this round bar, to follow the contour of the door. The material, I would say, is pretty similar. I think the Seizmiks have they're a little bit bigger. saggier, baggier, whatever you want to call it. But they cover up nice. So on the passenger side, my door handle bolts right to the actual inner part of the door, where on the Seizmiks they go on the frame. It's probably a stronger mounting point. I'm not really sure. They don't seem to have issues either which way, but Scott was saying that these latches here is kind of like his kind of pet peeve. When you get in this thing, close the door, you can flip this latch, which holds the door shut so it can't open. But if you happen to get out and forget about it, it will flip on its own. So it's not too big a deal. So he's got some extra lights up here. Pretty sweet. A flashing plow light. Tree kickers. Moose plow. And lots of lighting. This thing will blind you. He's got the tusk front windshield. He's not super crazy about it. Said does a lot of leaking on the bottom, on the hinges. Here it is, all the lights on. Pretty blinding. Definitely gonna have to get some back ones like that and a light bar. Hopefully this is gonna come through on camera because it is, like, I feel like I'm getting a suntan right now. And he's got the moose plow. I think I pointed that out already. UTV direct tree kickers. They look to be really heavy duty. Nice looking setup. Okay, so I would say, in conclusion, the difference between the Seizmik and the spikes. Spikes fit and finish is a little better. The insulation, weather stripping on the Seizmiks, I think, is kind of works better, being on the inside of the roll cage versus on the outside of the door. I think the zippers and the actual material is probably a little bit better quality on the spikes versus the Seizmiks. I think the Seizmik's frame is a sturdier, beefier frame, and I actually like the locking mechanism to hold the door shut. I know some guys don't like it just because you have to remember to open and close it. Realistically, both of our rigs have inferno heaters in them. Scott and I both agree on that no matter what, you're cruising around, plowing snow, riding, whatever, crank the heater on high, you're going to be warm inside. You might get a little wind blowing in from here and there, but both pretty decent door setups. Again, maybe I'm a little biased, but I give the upper hand to the spike at this point. Seizmiks are very good too. I don't think that you can go wrong either which way. I just lean towards the spikes at this point.